Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? You can do. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Metaverse. This is Cozy and Roboticus. Hello, hello. So, I want to bring you, well, actually, just ask you, invite you to the tour, to the journey of the Metaverse, and we will go dive into that. So, look at this. Vlad, you can share this screen. So, I am right now in the port of Hamburg, Germany. Oh shit. Now I am, where is it? Half Dome, California, USA. Now I'm standing in Sierra Nevada Mountains, California, USA. I am in the space. I always want to be in the space, universe. And I can see the Earth. Welcome to the Earth. Welcome to the Earth, everybody. So, I know it's weird, but I would love to take you through this journey. I can even drag the Earth, you see here, and take a look, fly towards the Earth. Let me see if I can see Indonesia here. Where's Indonesia? This is Australia. Okay. I want to fly. Oh, see here. I see Indonesia. Bali. Ah, this looks like Bali. There you go. Place the Earth beneath you. Let's go to this place, Dalung. And then let's go to Seminyak Beach. Huh. Who doesn't want to see place above you, the place where you're actually sitting or sleeping or walking around? So I can place the Earth. Oh my gosh, so here. And I can see Shooters, Bali, Sishi, La Favela. I think you know the place, all the places here, you know. I can fly to Brazil. Oh, I don't need to be there anymore. That's cool. All right. Let's turn it off first. Hi. Now I'm back in the real verse. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, and welcome to the Metaverse. I was just giving you a little bit snippet what is really happening right now, and I would love to dive into the historical journey of the Metaverse or the technology or everything that's happening around you. It might be sometimes like we are not really, or we don't really want to accept it that's really coming, right? Until it is just whams you, it's just coming into like a big force, and it's like, okay, I cannot really not using it anymore, because if I don't use it, I kind of left behind, right? So I want to just reverse and rewind, like, I think, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago, maybe like 20 years, not even far away. So I remember the time when it was it's like a phone booth. Do you remember that time? Oh, I can really hear myself right now. Hello, Gozian. This is how metaverse work. You know? Hello? Gozian disappears again. The best thing is like right now I can clone myself into different kind of roles, right? That's also what I like. But if you remember that time where there is a phone booth when I was like, I think I was kid still. I was really kid. No, no, I was kid. No, really, it was. No, I was kid and I still use it. In Indonesia, we are like a little bit left behind, you know, so it's not so, uh, far ahead as in Western country. Yeah, that one, like I see in Harry Potter, you know, like that's so beautiful. So you have this one, right? The red thing, red boot, but we have blue. We have blue, so it's like just standing there and then like a box, you know. So how did you use it? You use with a coin? Use- Right. Exactly. So like we smash coins into this box, right? And then suddenly we can bring someone or our family or even, I can remember it literally, Cyril. I know it's like, uh, I am maybe a little bit much younger, but even when I was like in the elementary school, I think, I still use it. We still use it. We have a wartel. We call it wartel, so warung telepon. So it's like every kiosk or every little things here, like where you can buy something. We call it warung. It's like a little shop basically. So we have warung telepon. So basically, they have like a bunch of telephones, and you pay like 1,000 rupiah, like 1 cent or something, and you can call 10 minutes. So we used to date with that thing, right? So you call and then like, oh, it's 10 minutes, so it's like only 10 minutes, and then you say everything what you want to say, and then like if 1 minute, then you will say like beep beep and something like that. So, right? And then moving forward, and actually I don't want to move too fast. And then there is a phone called like Nokia, you know. Remember where you don't need, yeah. So I think I saw my dad literally have this big thing, where like I think you can really smash someone with that, and then people pass out, you know. So and then becomes a little bit smaller and smaller and smaller, right? Yeah, yeah. So it's like, so I remember where I wrote SMS, and it only 150 characters. So you need to like see how much like you need to be like very, very specific, right? So, and then after this Nokia arise, and then there is BlackBerry. I don't know if in Western BlackBerry in Indonesia, BlackBerry was like a thing, Before the iPhone was BlackBerry. Yeah, exactly. So crazy. I mean, I haven't got any of these things. Like my first smartphone, it was like when I was 17 because I cannot really afford it. So people got BlackBerry. It was cool. We're like, that's basically the WhatsApp. That's the WhatsApp, right? So people really use that, and so beautifully. So then after that, smartphone came out. So I think 2008 or something. Like iPhone released the first iPhone, and it was crazy, right? So where is my iPhone? So this thing is very, very new. It's not even 15 years, I think, right? It's not even, it's around that, right? So it's about 15 years, and then that thing changed everything. Literally everything. So that's a technology, that's a tool, right? So people are thinking like, oh yeah, metaverse, so we don't want to be metaverse, but actually we are already living in kind of metaverse. If you got this thing in your hand, this is already metaverse. Like, metaverse is simply just something that you cannot really see, like touch. I would say touch. It's like there's something that physically you cannot really touch, it's digital, metaverse. And then that's one thing, it's phone, right? So we see how phone really, or handphone, smartphone right now takes over everything. Like people say, I don't need this thing, and then they have Nokia or something like that, and like, wow, that's a really cool thing, and then smartphone with the internet. What is internet? I don't need this thing. And I remember we were using internet only. There is an app called MIRC. I don't know if you know that. It's like chatting app or like software, or even like before Spotify, you use like Winamp. You know Winamp, like a music music player. You know that. So before this kind of laptop and all these things, so everything goes so fast, right? So now also internet. So before internet released, it was like we used to like buy magazine, buy newspaper and all stuff, right? So, and then suddenly internet happened. Internet came out, and people are like thinking, we don't need this thing. Like we are staying, like we always use newspaper, we always use this thing, and we don't know this thing, So we always write, letter and stuff, and then internet came out, and then you can basically write, especially for people that is abroad, people that are really far away, and for them, writing an email and let another people or family or relative know that, hey, I'm all right, I'm okay. I think you guys are parents, I believe, right? So if you have children and they're abroad, even like maybe in another neighborhood, it's good to know, like, hey, I'm okay, So, so it's like give a feeling of, safe, right? So it's all right. So I don't think that's Metaverse also a bad thing. That's why, like, right now we are facing really a transition of like the internet, right? Like internet before, where we were using old system, where we are thinking that the way that the old system works will last like another 60 years, 100 years. But everything around you is collapsing. You see now, because it needs to happen. It's like in mythological of Hindu, for example, Shiva, or like there is a god of destroyer. Like in order to create something new, you need to destroy something. But the thing is, like, we as a human, we don't want to accept that because we are holding on that so tight that we don't want to accept that. So we want to let go. That's why it's painful, right? For most of the people, this kind of change right now is painful because, yes, they love their family, they love their spouse, they love their job, or, I think they love their job is, I think less people, I would say. I think 80%, actually, there is a statistic, I was living in Germany, a statistic in German, and I can really say, and I can 100% agree of it, of this statement of statistic, 70%, okay? 70%, around 70% of employee in Germany, their soul already signed out. Like, they're only physically there. They're not happy. So I remember like when they say like, only 2 days, and then I will have free. I don't have weekend because I was working basically in the gastronomy as a chef. So when you guys have a weekend, I need to work, So it's like, guys, so you're waiting for 5 days to have 2 days free, and like, what are you doing then in the last 5 days? So you're not living, It's like, doesn't make sense for me, What are you doing? So that thing makes me realize also like, wow, people are not ready, to have or to face change. That's what's happening right now, right? So with all the situation around you, and then now they're like, and also if a friend of mine that likes to I want to create, like I want to build restaurant. Like, are you kidding me? Right now, So we don't know, of course, but I believe, and with the things that we've been already seeing and stuff, it will going to crash more. So it just need time for really, implementing this new technology or the metaverse and stuff. So the problem is also like I think also my generation, we are very, very controlled with this technology because also we don't know our own technology. So if I'm talking about blockchain, I always love to start about our own blockchain. So I've been invited in the panel, so like with 5 experts, we're sitting down there, and then I was in the middle, and everybody was being asked like, okay, what is your favorite blockchain apps or system? What are you using? And everybody said like, yeah, this utility and DeFi and blah and here. And it's like, and then I just sit and then I said, my favorite blockchain or the thing that I use is here and here. Human psychology. Because blockchain doesn't work if there is no human as well, It is being built for us, from us, through us, I would say, to enhance actually and improve people's life. But the thing is, instead of improving people's life, because we are not able or we don't take a responsibility to understand our own blockchain first, our own technology first, then we are being controlled from this blockchain. Look at what happens in the internet right now, right? So internet came, and then we say like, oh, that's like a freedom, So finally we can express whatever we want. Finally we can like have access to things that we haven't accessed. We haven't had the access before. And then we realize that we are being slave, from this internet, so-called. And that's actually the core thing and the main thing that I would love to share, I would say, or invite, like, understand your own blockchain first. Otherwise, you will end up again with the same thing what internet's really happening with you, So what is the thing that really makes your soul sing? What is the thing that you need? What is the thing that makes you happy, And what if all of the things is not really there anymore? What happens? So who are you? So we're defining ourselves with the status of the symbol of blue check, for example, in Instagram, Twitter. It's in my generation, at least. I don't know if it does resonate with you, but that's the thing, right? So that's the thing. Oh, cool. Like I'm now, like I have 100,000 likes. I have like 20,000 followers. I'm famous and blah and here, and then I'm feeling now happy. But then they realize, it was a time where WhatsApp, Instagram, they freeze it like for a couple of hours, and everybody was like, I don't know, like what's happening, and then I cannot contact this, and I was like, guys, that's the thing. You don't know how to communicate yourself. You only know how to communicate with WhatsApp, through WhatsApp. You don't know how to value yourself, your body. You only know how to value yourself through the likes that other people are really giving you. So what kind of the world are you living right now? But it's also the world right now, That's also the metaverse that is really happening right now. So mainly, it's like this metaverse thing or this internet thingy, app, smartphone. It's all about tools, right? It's like the Google Earth that I was there, It's all about tools. Like, what kind of the tools? That's it, like, and what do you need for your life, right? So like, if you want to build a house, for example, then you need certain tools, right? So you have to know also how to use these certain tools. If I want to cook something, then I need knife, for example, to create something beautiful. But if I don't learn how to use the knife, right? If I don't learn how to hold the knife, then I can basically cut myself, or even I can kill other people. So you gotta know how to use the knife. So you gotta know yourself as well. Like, am I enjoying to use the knife, Do I like actually to be a chef? Do I like to cook and stuff, right? It's like the same thing with the building thing. So that's why the core thing is all about understanding yourself first, like what kind of blockchain you are, So we have like a standard blockchain, I would say, like you have 2 eyes, like people that are blessed, that born like with 2 eyes, 1 nose, like completely perfect form, But sometimes you don't really, we are not really grateful for that, But being given and like just waking up every moment, every morning, and then being grateful for the given blockchain, you know. But then maybe you are more Bitcoin blockchain, you're more Ethereum blockchain, you're more Solana blockchain. So it's the same thing, right? It's the same bunch of computers that interconnected together. If you see actually how the neurons in our body and the cells in our body, it's all interconnected, isn't it? It's so fascinating. It's all interconnected. It's like blockchain. It's not really working like within each other. If it's something is, you know, if something is wrong, then it gives you a signal, you know, like the computer. If it's something wrong, oh, hey, there's a virus there, bloop, 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 you know, and then this gives you a signal. Oh, I think we need to build our firewall. You know, so understanding your own firewall, understanding like what kind of virus you need or do you don't need, or it's like bacteria, or maybe you being told that it's actually the bacteria that you need. You know, you let it go because you know, the vaccine or something like that. You know, that being immunization, for example. So that's actually the core, you know, like that's what I want to base on, right? So what is really coming right now? So every, you know, if you look back in the history, every time, every change, it is hard, right? So it's not just changing the world, changing ourselves as well, you know. So may I ask you how many children you have? Zero children. Oh, you're saving the planet. Okay, you do? You don't have any children. Perfect. That's good. So, but like, let's say you guys in the home or here and online, if you see, if you have children, but obviously you have niece and stuff, right? So you know, like you know exactly. So exactly. So, and you heard about it, like when they are transitioning from baby and then going to elementary school and then going to teenager and then adulthood. Every transition in their life, it's hard for them, obviously, but also for the parents. It's very stressful. I know because I was taking care of 4 children actually. I was in Germany. I came as an au pair and I'm taking care of 4 children. Oh my gosh. I can understand why you don't have children. Yeah, it's like you gotta take care of them and then you forgot to take care of yourself because you need to sacrifice somehow, right? So their change is hard to handle by themselves, and then we, as someone that's seeing the change, is also like, man, how can I, like, you know, dancing to my own business values and feeding children and all this stuff. That's why they hired me, you know, to be able to take care of them also, you know, because they are super busy. Now, Metaverse, how is actually the old system really working? You know, I told you about the transformation of technology, like last 10, 20 years, the technology changed massively. Like the speed of the technology are changing, even like every year iPhone release new phone. Now iPhone has a iPhone 14 or something. No, right? It's 14 years and every year iPhone release a new phone. Why? Because they are also keep improving, updating their own chip, processor, camera, and all stuff. Because we want more. Like as a human, we're greedy. We want more. We want like better camera. We want better music experience. We want this and this and that. So the problem that I see is like one of the thing in one sector in life is like technology changing so fast, massively fast, right? But one thing that it hasn't changed really, that is the thing that makes me sad at the same time, is what drives me doing the thing that I'm doing right now, which is sharing this thing, is education. Just to be honest, okay? If you see your niece, your children, you send them to the school, what are they doing? Like normal school, like normal school. There's someone that's sitting here, right? Someone sitting here, and you guys are there, like this a little bit. And this woman or man or teacher, just I love them. They're standing here and doing a frontal education, right? And I'm sitting here. I can remember the time I was sitting there, and I don't really give a second fuck what they say, because I have another thing to do, no? Because I'm dealing with my own hormones. Because I'm dealing with, I rather to, watch anime. I don't want to learn that thing. Has it been changed? No. Like, when I see how schools really work, they still keep doing this 100 years. Would you agree?
Yeah, I don't know if it got any better, but it's
It's still doing that, right? It's pretty much the same shit. 100 years. And we are like 10 years of this fast technology changing. And look how many, transformation it's been. So we only care about the tools, not ourselves, not the human, not the soul, not the heart. They don't really care. Like, dude, I don't know. I don't know. It was a long time ago you went to school, right? How many years?
47.
47 years. You too?
I'm
Around that?
54.
So how long ago was
Yeah,
it in
I
school?
left school very early. Like I left school at 15 years.
Perfect. Good job.
That's
So-
when I started to learn after I left school.
Right? So, just to be honest, okay? Like, how many percentage from the school until like, how many years then you were in school? Like maybe 10 years? Not even, like 7 years?
25.
How many percent, something that you learn from the school you use actually in your real life?
Oh, in daily life, hardly any.
Anything?
Well, yeah, reading, writing,
Yeah,
typing
100%.
was the most useful thing I learned.
Yeah. So it's like
Reading, writing, and
10%?
well, I still write, so
Yeah, of course. But like the thing that like, I know the basic things, like how to calculate and all stuff. But then the other things, I don't know. Like if I am super interested in it, then I can learn from it, right? I can go deep in, dive in. To be honest, like it's not much. Like they don't tell me how to be happy. They don't tell me how to deal with myself. No, did I tell you about it? Not at all, right?
All the useful stuff they teach you, probably they could teach you in 2 years instead
Yeah.
of
Well,
10.
it used to be the basic way back when the late 1800s when they started in England. It was reading. They called it the 3 R's because those reading, writing, and arithmetic. That was what they wanted to teach, the basis, and then you kind of on your own.
Yeah. So, to be honest, we are still doing the things that like 100 years ago. So that's a problem. So now it's like, Metaverse thing is here, smartphone is here. Like, if you ask your grandma and stuff, and if you ask your parents, like they don't even know how to use these things, some people, right? So it's like, how can they teach the next generation then? So I believe now it's our time, like my generation, to teach actually, so it's the reverse now, to teach the older people, to people that were here before us, that built, thank you so much, the city, something that you see around you. But then the way they are now building the stuffs are not sustainable anymore, If you ask your niece, like what is the youngest niece you have? Like maybe teenager. Do you have teenager niece? 10. Okay, ask your niece what she wants to do. Or he. Is she? Or is she? Ask your niece what she wants to be when she's big. Have you ever asked her?
No, I haven't. I don't get to see her face to face. She lives in England. I live in California. But
Okay.
we just visited her. She's not your usual kid. She's outdoors, playing in trees, reading
Perfect.
books.
Me too.
She's not
by the way.
stuck on video screens, but we know that that's the exception to
Yeah.
what seems to be the rule with that particular generation.
Amazing. So have you ever asked any teenager in this generation what they want to be?
I can honestly say I have not had that conversation. Not that I don't care.
Yeah.
No, I just haven't been hanging out with teenagers since I was a teenager so much.
When you were a teenager, let's say, maybe, the thing is like you guys are specials. You're a special case, really. You are like you're not going the normal people are going, I think. So that's why you are here. That's why you are interacting, right? So that's why you are in this room. I know. Okay, but to be honest, most of the people are not going the way that you guys are going, right? That you went. You know, it's like another the path that are like most of the people really don't want to go, right? Unknown path, like crazy, very much obstacles and all the things. So when I ask, I mean, I'm like, I'm not asking, I'm observing them. When I was teenager, you know, when I was a little bit younger, they used to ask me what I want to be, right? So my generation back then, we had like this story of, okay, I'm gonna be doctor, police, or soldier and stuff, or pilot is one of the favorite, you know, because it makes a lot of money, and they see the success from, you know, like being successful in money wise will be something that makes you happy, you know. So it was basically the dream, right? So actually, it's the dream from my parents. So they don't even know. Like they don't even live my life, and then they want to put us there. You know, the things that they didn't manage. So if you ask now the teenager, they don't want to be that anymore. They want to be YouTuber. They want to be TikToker. They want to be content creator. They want to be, you know, that's a different thing. They want to be a gamer. It's a different story of like who they want to be, right? Because they understand like farmers, even like this one of the projects, that's one of the things that we are doing. So I will go through this like now problem first and then solution later. So the thing that it used to be cool, it used to make a lot of money, it doesn't really make a lot of money anymore, and it's not sustainable anymore. One of my cousin, he is a pilot, right? When COVID hit, it's no job for him. Like he's miserable. He was broke actually, and then he was spending. He was not having this investment strategy like we are doing and all stuff. And one of the pilot also, his friend, he's becoming Gojek driver. There's nothing wrong with Gojek driver, but you know, like from pilot to Gojek driver, you know, from making like $100,000 a year to what, like not even $10,000 a year, you know. So the standard of life, they're already high, right? So it's all keep changing, you know. So education, like the way the education really have been done, it's not really sustainable anymore. So like my generation and my generation below me even, they don't have the capacity, really, they don't have capacity to sit down there for 8 hours and hearing a frontal things from the teacher. Not even, like they're even getting bored easily seeing a video more than 7 minutes, right? That's why like there's a generation of 60 seconds, you know, 30 seconds, like boom, tutorial, blah, 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 and then they're implementing, boom, you know? Right, exactly. Exactly. 100%.
It's all life is sound bites. Life in sound bites.
Exactly. Right. So like, and then they say they're ADD, they're ADHD, but actually they are just so fast. They're just too fast for them, right? They're just bored. Exactly. They're just bored. They don't want to learn this shit anymore because they can solve a problem of 3 hours in 1 minute. Even like, okay, what is the problem? Google. Hey Google, what is this? Exactly. Exactly. Already, you know, like that's the thing. It's become so fast, but also the thing is like now they have an ability to be able to invest in practical way directly, you know, like okay, like tutorial and stuff, you know, like how to cook all these things, for example. I want always to cook pasta, or for example, right there, right? So it should be like you need to learn from, you know, master and then learn from 3 years or something. I would love to learn again also, like I just my patient, but you know, they just learning by themselves through YouTube. I know a lot of people that become maestro after, you know, like couple of hours they're spending only from YouTube, become really great, right? Because they know, oh, that's my thing, that's my jam. I want to play guitar, you know. So that's an access of metaverse already, right? Education. So education are old now. So now they want the gamification education, you know. I'll show you, you know, some metaverse thingy that you will. Have you ever used VR? Huh? Yeah, I will definitely encourage you to try that. After you try that, you're like, okay, like why I'm doing this, you know? So really, really. But I'll let you try,
I
okay?
have tried it in real estate because for a while, especially in the pandemic, couldn't show houses. People were doing VR.
See,
showings.
100%, right? So like if let's say you want to sell real estate, you know, you're in California and you want to sell your friend in UK. So like instead of them just visiting like for a couple of $1,000, then you can just guide them through the VR, right? So like see, hey, look, this is this, and this is like 3 meters and all the stuff, and it's all possible. Trust me, it's all possible. I'll show you. It's happening. It's right now, exactly, right? So education is old. It's going to be in the metaverse. It's already, you know, like I used to learn language with this app called Duolingo. It's like gamification app where you can, you know, be rewarded and stuff. It's more fun, you know. It's really more fun. So other thing, sport. Many people, like some people, they cannot really go outside because, you know, now lockdown, but also they are like really not just able, and then they're physically not able. You know, like some people, they cannot, you know, see the sun or have the sun because you get sunburn and all stuff. With the metaverse, it's all possible. You know? So what else? Let me take a look at my note. Sport, education, wellness, meditation. Do you like to meditate? So I like to meditate as well, especially meditating really in the jungle and then, you know, waterfall, like a real rawness of nature in Bali. It's just the best, right? But to be honest, you know, especially for beginners, like to meditate and sit down, no, especially for kids. Like, oh, I need to go to grocery. Oh, I need to actually hang my clothes and all stuff. There's so much happening in our mind because it's like right now it's so fast, right? Like, how can I deal with this thing? And there's an app in Metaverse where you sit down. I'll let you try that. You will love it. You're not thinking anymore. Like, literally, you're there. You're totally and fully there. There's nothing you can think about anymore because you're guided in a world where you actually only imagining it. Normally, right, when you're guided and stuff, you're imagining, you know, like what if, okay, imagine, you know. Because I used to guide also meditation. Imagine, take a deep breath in, you know, you are a lotus flower in a beautiful pond, you know, and you see all these things. And you literally see that thing with your eyes in the metaverse. And then breath in, exhale. So good. You love it. So, meditation, wellness, right? Playing sport. I just, Vlad, with him, so we were living together in play slow. Our personal trainer cannot come. So we are like a little bit lazy, you know, if we don't have a personal trainer because even if we can do ourselves, but it's, to be honest, it's different, yeah? So we are not really sweating as much as he was there, you know, like, go, do it, you know? And it's like, Vlad, take the VR. We do fitness VR. I'll show you that as well. Literally, 4 minutes, okay? These things, we cannot show it here, but I will show you that later. But there is some things that I can show you here literally, and you'll see like the immerse. Set this thing up, and then we do boxing. 4 minutes. Oh, 4 minutes. We are sweating as fuck. Boom, boom. Oh my gosh, so good, really. Like only 4 minutes. You don't need to go out because it was raining as well. You don't need to take your personal trainer here because he has something to do, you know.
There's a reason professional boxers only have 3 minutes in a round.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was only 4 minutes, like, oh my gosh, really? That's it. You are sweating, you know. This thing, only this thing. Have music here, and then you go down, and then box, and then jab, box straight, and then even you can dance there. You dance, and then it's literally scanning the movement of your hand and your body, and then your head, and you dance, and then like, oh, so good. You can play music. You can be a DJ there. You can be everything. You can be a dragon. You can be everything.
Saying the same way that the iPhone every year has more stuff.
Yeah.
In a couple of years, everyone, when this technology is more ready, everyone is going to be
Exactly.
wearing it.
Soon enough, it will not this big. It will only a glass. Soon enough, we are creating XR, extended reality, not virtual reality anymore. It's a mix of augmented reality and virtual reality, where you literally, let's say, you know, you are in California, and your friend in London want to visit your real estate in California, and you will see, and you will literally, with him, he has his VR, you have your VR, so you are from London, okay, and you are in California. You can literally grab this thing, or this guy can literally grab this thing, and it's move like the holographic. You see the holographic way, you see the augmented reality, plus you will see yourself, everything. Like even in XR later on, I will see only hologram here, but so real that I need to touch you. Okay. Let's not touch. Oh, that's actually only holographic. Oh shit. It's happening. Here you can already see they are sit down in the meeting room with the avatars, headset on, and there is a board. But there is actually no board. It's only, you know, but it's a board. And they do the meetings there. They don't need to go out, anything, right? Because some people really cannot go out, you know, or there is a storm outside, or something else, right? So, meetings, done, right? So people don't need to now really go to see people anymore. So like, they're also saying like, yeah, because now, you know, like our children and our next generation, they are not really, you know, they're affected by that. And it's like, no, it's just, you are not giving them a space where they can understand, again, come back, understand themselves, like their self-worth, their self-love, their insecure security and all stuff, like really valuing themselves without that, you know, and bringing that tools to enhance their confidence, their self-worth, their self-love, you know. So that's not their fault. It's like, that's why like I encourage any parents or the old generation above me to really learn about it, because we are the one that will take care of them, you know. That's also my mission, you know, to take care of them, so the next generation. That's why I'm learning as much as I can, so I can give it to the next generation, to be able for them not just, you know, depend on that, but enhancing, basically, you know, like a meditation. You know, you don't need to sit down and wait until 30 minutes until it's fully in peace. Couple of seconds and you're done. You're going. You're gone. You know, that's the power. So, but understand your power first, right? Watching movies. Here in Indonesia, I don't know, in Western culture, we used to go to to be able to watch movie, you used to go in this movie shop, movie rental, DVD or CD or something like that. You need to rent. And sometimes you want to rent this film, but someone else is renting them. So we need to wait 7 days until we get the thing that we want. You know that thing? Everybody? Someone? Yeah. Yeah, it's also like that, yeah, in Western. Yeah. So we went to a shop, a rental a house, you know, to be able to watch a thing or watch something, a movie, you know. No, so like that was that, and then Netflix came out, right? It's where literally you can watch everything. You just pay $10, and that kills literally every movie rental shop. Yeah. So because I don't need to go there anymore, I just like open my screen and then subscribe for 150,000 rupiah or like $10, you know, and I have everything inside. We're like, okay, disrupted, right? Now Metaverse, you can watch 3D movie, you know, you watch, you can choose where you want to watch. You can want to watch from the beach and stuff, and that thing is surreal. Like you see 360, like they are rocket or even like dinosaur, and they're coming to you. It's another experience, literally. So 3D movies disrupted, you know, old way again. Now took over. Metaverse took over. Again, first this and this, and actually, this used to be. I mean, the price of smartphone used to be the price of this, right? So now we can buy a laptop, like super fast smartphone, like a laptop. This is not as powerful as this one not, but as powerful as a normal laptop, you know? So you can bring in the pocket next time here. Like this is already happening. Actually, 5 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, people are waking up right now. Soon enough, it's only a glass. It's not heavy anymore. Soon enough, it will come in here. There is actually virtual reality Google, and there is a tool where you can connect it like a little machine, you know, like connect some wire and stuff. And if you play something like, for example, shooting game, or you know, we love that kind of things, you know, boys kind of thing. And then you get stabbed, for example, from a blade, you got hurt. Literally, you got hurt in that area. So that's happening. You can already feel it. Soon enough, you can smell it and you can feel it. You can taste it. I don't know, taste maybe a little bit hard, but even, you know, that thing. So, movies, disrupted. Metaverse already takes over. Painting. Who is here in this room is love to paint, or even an artist? No, just an artist. Just love to paint. You know? I'll show you in VR. And I will encourage you to use it as well, you know, and then see how it works. Vlad, ready? Are you ready? The thing is, like, as a painter, you need to have like canvas, you need to have like paint oil and all this stuff. It's all over around. It's like cool. Like for some people, there's like, that's the jam. That's really cool. So now, but with this thing, yesterday we just installed it, right? I said to him, bro, goodbye. It's like so meditative, but so much possibility. You can understand, you can really imagine. All right. You will see, Cyril, can you please turn off the light so people can see here? Thank you. Uh, so this is how metaverse in marginal, like zero marginal cost would be. Can you click the game, bro? The tilt brush? Oh yeah, hey, I get it. Sorry. I have it. All right. Ready, guys? Yeah, flat wheel. 1 second. Just full screen.
Everything by Google in the metaverse?
Not everything. This is not by Google. It's from Facebook, from Meta. So I want to have new sketch. Look at where I am. I know I want to have another environment. I want to have space. Look where am I? I'm in the space. I'm painting in the space. I don't want to do like a full. Just I'm not a good painter, so it's just really, huh? Tutorial or a trailer. How it's actually. $3D.
When you finish your painting, you can get stored, so somebody can
Yeah.
experience your painting.
Exactly. So you can look at this. You can save it. You can make a picture. For example, like this. I can make a picture and I can share it to people. It's 3-dimensional. Look. It's 3-dimensional here.
So
I
the
can make it
person
person.
can then be immersed in the painting and move
Well,
around 360.
if they have VR, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can come into my space and then see what I am doing. And also they can like just come.
Can two people paint at the same time in the same space?
In some app, yes. Maybe this app also. Where is it? So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, but this. This is what you see here. Where is the painter? Come here. Come here. Come here. Give it a try. Give it a try. So. Hold this. Hold this. So you can.
All out of focus.
Huh?
It's all out of focus.
It's all out of focus, yeah.
The moon is very out of focus.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just a little bit blurry. You need just need to.
There. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. You can make it really tight. Oh yeah. No. Wow.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, you don't need drugs anymore.
Exactly. That's what I mean. So you can choose like you see here, you see here. So this you can choose basically. So now you are in another here. You can choose.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't.
One
Okay.
second. Can you hold this?
Look at this.
This is still out of focus. I need to.
Yeah, you need
I
to.
need to press it really. Can you adjust it like?
Is it too tight or
No,
want to make it tight?
It needs to be much tighter.
Okay. Like this or more?
Even tighter. Just really press it. It's super tight.
Like this?
Yeah.
Is it better?
My head is too small.
No. It's okay. Take. Is it okay here?
Yeah, it's better.
And then now I will make it tight.
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah, right.
Yes, like this. Like this. Now you see here the interface.
Yeah, the left one. Yeah.
So now you choose this one, which is the tool. So we don't choose teleport now because we want to draw something, right?
Yeah.
So you choose here, and then you can like choose something here, for example this, and then you start to draw.
With this one?
Yeah, with this one. Not
This thing?
not this one, this one. This.
This?
Don't click this one. Click this
okay.
one.
Okay. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, yeah. Cool.
And then you can choose the other thing with the left hand, and you can choose the other paint. No, you just yeah, just choose.
Bubbles.
Yeah. Exactly.
Have I selected?
You select. That already selected, and then she's gone.
Yeah. See where afternoon is going.
Yeah.
On my profile.
No, there's nothing there. You will see like if you go more forward, there is a wall. You will see. Just go forward. You see wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If you're out of there, and then you cannot see anymore.
It's really scary.
No, it's not. It's just cool, right?
Yeah, amazing.
So that's one thing. Later you can do another thing, like the meditation app, for example.
Yeah.
After this meeting.
Wow.
So that's
so
painting.
That is Google and Facebook. So all the bad guys.
No, they're not bad. They're not bad. It's just a perspective of what is bad for you, what's not bad. So wait a second. Let me show you one other thing. So guys, painting, another level. You like to paint, right? So you, huh? Oh, okay. Yeah, but you know, like we saw a really good painter. She was like painting something live, you know, with this. It's like dancing, you know. And then suddenly he painted an angel, you know. And you can go inside the angel and inside the fire and all stuff, you know. Because like this, for example. Oh shit, it's so tight. No. It's disconnected. Look. Okay, look. This is your painting, right?
Yeah.
Natasha, look at this. I can come inside your painting. See here? You get there. That's my painting. You get there? You come here. You can teleport to your painting. You can be here and see everything. You can make it big. You can be there.
So this field brush is like an app that you buy once you have the
Yeah,
hardware.
yeah, exactly. You buy it in the yeah, they have tutorials, or you just like play around and then you figure it out. Like the kid, like, oh, what is this? What is this? Yesterday also like, oh, that's the thing. That's a flame. Oh, it's bubble. It's hypergrid. What is hypergrid? Ooh, shit, that looks really good. Hypercolor. Look at this. So it's like it's really literally it's playing. It's playing. That's what I mean. Like can do everything with playing. You can change the environment. With a snowman. Where's the snowman? There. Look at that. So literally you can do everything here. Right? So painting is in another level. Oh, see? So now painting in Metaverse. You can choose. I mean, if you love to do that, the Canva, but for some people, they cannot really afford the thing that they want to, like, I mean, they have to afford this one time and then one thing, but you can create a lot of things. You don't need to order and all stuff. You can like learn from here. Like education, again, is education, by this Google Earth. This is maybe something that is, I think I showed you already the first time, but it was actually only the trailer. So you can fly around. I am in Montana, and then rotate.
I use Google Earth a lot. I was working on a project in Montana.
Oh, really?
Google Earth a lot. That's 12 years, like hundreds of hours.
See?
I was saying, sorry, that even this old man here used Google Earth. I was working on a project in Montana.
Amazing.
And it came in super useful. So to immerse with the VR even brings the extra dimension to that.
What's a coincidence? What's the how long ago was it?
Over the last 10 years, up till about a year ago, the project was completed. So we were just working on a project and some historical stuff. But it was in the winter months in Montana, for example, you can't go there physically. It's under snow all winter long. But we could research where we were going to go, what we were looking for. Google Earth was...
Exactly.
It still has yet to replace what they call the boots on the ground, but it was a very, very extremely useful tool in planning our physical expeditions. So,
100%. So now the question is again, is Google bad?
To come back to that, I just want to say that I want to second that. When it comes to if we all get super immersed in here, I still have a really healthy suspicion of one company, one entity owning what we call our new future, which comes us back to the whole point of blockchain in the first place, right?
Exactly. That's the whole point, right? So again, bad or good, right or wrong, it's the matter of perspective.
I guess the word is centralized, right? Because if Google can decide the maps, they can decide what's in the map and what they keep out of the map. Or Facebook with Meta, they can decide what is misinformation and what is not. So
yeah, so that's one of the things that blockchain really good at, like being transparent, being immutable, being accessible, and then not to be able to be changed easily in the smart contract, right? So if it's basically programmed or recorded in a smart contract, then it will be there. And it cannot be just like changed,
So that's wonderful. So, but right now this is all Google's intellectual property, photographic property, whatever you may call it, Google Earth VR. Is there a more accessible blockchain, like by the people-owned version of this
The graph.
in the works? Do we know?
The graph is a Google in blockchain. For example, one of the thing, graph. So
Graph?
like the graph, yeah, it calls the graph. So it's like a searching engine. I mean, like Google used to be also only searching engine, and it expand more. Like they have Google smartphone, they have everything right now. They have the technology. That's the thing, right? If the technology really on the lab, on the hand of the gods, I would say, but they are also their god. Everybody their own god, right? And they create their own things. We are creating something. That is the thing. Like, why? Like, what do we want to create? Like, that's why understanding our blockchain and then understanding the blockchain itself, the tool itself. Like, how can I create something in the blockchain, for example, that creates value, that solves the problem that you see? Oh, that's kind of problem I want to solve. Because some people, they don't want to solve that thing because maybe that's not their jam, real estate. What is the problem with real estate? That.
Let me ask this question, if I may. So Google Earth, it's wonderful right now. We can go to these places and often do, but it's all owned by Google. Let's just say that I'm going to be really devil's advocate, cynical here. I think that's fair enough. We have reason to distrust some of these corporate entities. So let's say in a generation to come, for whatever reason, how do we move away from Google, which is just one company owned by, let's just say, some faceless entities in a boardroom that we have no, if they have ulterior motives to say, okay, we want to change the reality of the physical geography here, but we're all using their app to visit that place, then we're kind of doing, as you said earlier on in this meeting that we're having here, we're doing the same thing again. We're putting all of our trust in this new technology, but we're leaving it in the power of people instead of making it a blockchain, group-owned, community-owned, public-owned, population-owned. Transparency we need transparency and our own control over this thing to know that what we're doing is actually the truth and not like some corporate entity's ideal of what they want us to see as the truth. So how do we do that? And so we have the forces of good working for this wonderful new technology which is coming out.
Okay, very good question. Thank you so much. You are the one that creating a new solving problem, solution, us, talking like, because the good thing is in blockchain is open, accessible. Everybody can, like Ethereum, for example, right? So you can install anything there. You can use the technology to install everything there, Solana, exact the same thing, right? So it came from Bitcoin, which is then it's only like a bunch of computer, Then you can install it, you can use it. Like Google, for example. Google is using internet. Where is the internet come from? Like who created internet? Who created blockchain? So use the technology to create something that you want to create and to make impact in the world that you want to see, right? So Google, the thing is like, yes, Dan, you're competing a giant, and it's been already settled. Now, of course, you cannot do it by yourself, then cooperate with people, with government, that's the thing that we are doing, So we cannot do it by ourselves. That's why we team up with everything, with everybody, with people that are having the same vision like you. All right, that's the thing that I want to solve. I see, like I'm passionate about this thing, this data privacy or on this thing. What can we do, So use the technology for your own product service. Cyril? I believe there is already
test
solution.
Yeah. So I think that the answer to your question is something that we discussed together a couple of weeks ago. It's really related to the neutrality of the network. Like right now, all the blockchain networks, or most of them, the one that we all know about, Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, Bitcoin, and all that, they are neutral. They are truly decentralized, and therefore they are not controlled by someone, by a big corporation, by a Google, Facebook, or whatever, or a government. The thing is, the question is not whether blockchain technology is going to take over the world. it is going to take over the world. The question is how we as individual and society, are we going to choose how those networks are being handled?
Yes.
Okay, if we're giving the keys of the network to big corporations and we let them run it for us, then yeah, we are replicating exactly the same
Bullshit that
bullshit,
internet
and
is happening.
therefore we will gonna fall in the same trap. But right now the choice is ours. When you have an idea, when you have a project, or when you choose to use something, an app, a service, it's up to you to decide where you want, to set up your business or your idea or your project, or which service you're going to use, on which network it's going to be. And it's up to us, every individual, to decide, what kind of network we want to support and use. Because we know that network is all about usage. So right now, we have a handful of neutral network, and definitively there are companies trying to set up centralized blockchain network, which is the best way to focus. So,
Yeah.
Your choice.
This is working on a network. This is not blockchain yet, right?
This one is not blockchain, no.
Okay.
It's owned by Google.
Okay, but when Zuckerberg buys the thing and it's called Meta, like they already have like a network that is probably their networks. Like now they're saying Ethereum is like the World Economic Forum owned or something.
Okay, so
Of course.
I think that we should not, like, Metaverse and blockchain are two very different, sometimes interconnected technology.
Yes.
That are going to come really fast in our faces. So we should not misrepresent, Metaverse is a way to access information, for you to be completely overwhelmed, and it's going to become natural. If you show a TV to somebody who used to live in the 15th century, they would be like, oh my God, this is magic. This is completely crazy.
Metaverse is going to be built in one of these or in all of these different.
Like, Metaverse is a way or an evolution in how we access information. Okay, blockchain is a change in how we store information. Okay,
Yeah.
and so sometimes they are interconnected because stuff you're going to do in the metaverse are going to be operated on the blockchain. But the metaverse is an interface. It's a way to interact with the digital world.
Yep.
Blockchain is a way to store important information in ways that you cannot change them, in theory, if it is decentralized. So everything that is, for instance, related to money, value, or trust will most likely go on the blockchain. Everything that is about how you feel the world, how you interact with the digital world, that's the metaverse.
Yeah, just thank you so much for that. It's perfect. Just look at your smartphone. You can choose to turn off the internet, right? So what can you access through that? So you can only access through, obviously, the data of the phone, right? So the satellite of the phone is not the internet anymore, right? So if you wanna call your family in US or in London, then it use another technology, which is then the telephone technology, the satellite technology of the telephone, right? So the radio technology. So it will cost a lot of money for you, right? So now you turn on the internet, then you can have much more access. That's why, like, Nokia used to be like, they don't have internet, for example, they only use that. So the only thing that they can use only phone and SMS, text messaging. Now through internet, like, how many apps are here? Games, storing something. It's interface. It's the way I see something, the way I communicate with something, the way I see information or exchange information. Like the way I see television is the way I see here. I want to have music. So I can use this, or I can use DVD or radio.
So now the internet, the Web 2 that we have now,
Yes.
is one internet,
Yes.
right? And for example, this virtual reality painting thing that we just saw, or this, they're still built in this only one centralized
This
internet.
one is not internet anymore. This one is offline actually. So it's like
offline,
yeah,
okay.
it's like built like this an app, you know.
But
There
if I'm painting on this one,
Yeah.
and I'm
If you-
joining a friend that is going to paint at the same time,
Exactly. That
then
it
I'm on
needs something.
internet.
It needs a technology that will that will allow you to interact with these people, you know.
And those technologies will be built on one of these
One of
Polygon,
these.
Ethereum,
Let's say
one
it's
blockchain.
they are using internet right now, you know, and then soon enough they will be using blockchain, for example. Right? I mean, that's why I like. That's how I like, you know, our people here. So yeah,
Oh, thank you very much.
so on this.
So, yes, at the end, there is no way to be honest, there is no way to get out from the Google and the big corporate at the end, because everything that is built now, even those blockchain apps, those decentralized app, they use the blockchain technology to interact between users, to authenticate users, but everything is data, and this data is on data servers, and the data servers are owned by mainly Google or big corporate or like big hedge fund who invested into data servers. So the world we're going to is somehow decentralized on the aspect of how it's managed by the community, but all the data, everything that's going to happen on the metaverse, all the gamings, all the gamify, DeFi, whatever happened, the metaverse will be stored on data on Earth that belongs to these big corporates. Except if the community wakes up later and they realize they have enough money together to pull up a data center that will cost $200 million, for example. They can raise it for games and for stupid, sometimes crowdfundings. If they realize that, then they can have their own data centers owned by the community, then not run by corporate. If they want to map the Earth, then they can send a satellite for $10 million and they can put up the money together. And this is the only way they can secure themselves from the big corporate, if this is your worry. But there is no way to escape from them, because everything that we see, everything that is built, at the end is on a data server. The internet is just a data server and cables going. And the blockchain is using only internet to work somehow.
Yes, we use in the new technology to access the information, as we said, that information is still known by the, so in this new universe, let's just put this, I'm not British, as an example, in this new universe, in this new Garden of Eden, Google, Meta, Facebook,
You need a microphone because
are the gods who
online.
have created this, you know, and yes, unless, and you said it's an if we all wake up and there's 100 million, so we're still, this is, I'm not disputing, not being argumentative or anything here,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's a wonderful new, greatly all-inclusive, as you say, people, it gives access to so many wonderful things to so many
Exactly.
people didn't have it before. However, we're still accessing the information which is owned by, right now, let's just say Meta, Facebook, and Google. How do we get away from that? Can we, without the, I mean, it's just a question, maybe we can.
Get away,
Um,
throw away this thing and go to the farm.
Okay, so no, that's my question. It's like, I just wondered if there was a, okay.
Yeah.
So we use it, but we have to know that we're already in the metaverse. We're still beholden somewhat to the
Look,
entities
the-
which are
the thing
Meta
is-
and Google.
The thing is, like, if you go in a metaverse or universe or multiverse, you know, every metaverse has a game rule. It's a rule, you know. There's a rule that you need to accept, agree and disagree or something like that, right? You have always alternative. But the thing is, also in the another alternative, there is another rule. You know what I mean? Like, I go to your house, you have another rule. I go to Mana's house, he has another rule. You know?
But obviously, you need so much money for these technologies, and
That's the thing.
these companies are ahead of us 10 years. So if we're
That's
fighting
why-
for survival when there's no food, you're not gonna put money to do your data center.
No, that's
not
why
gonna
we
happen.
don't want to be enemy
Well-
with them. We want to be friends. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, I have a question for you. Let's take Google. What services are you using from Google? So you're using their mail service, you're using their cloud service, you're using their search engine service, and you're using, I guess, their doc and spreadsheets and that kind of-
Spreadsheets is way beyond me. But
Okay. I love spreadsheets.
no, I am using them. I'm just looking, and I know that but I would imagine, I would hope that everybody here we're using them. But I do feel like, oh my gosh, I know I'm being just like any corporation, just like Amazon is in the real world now with Amazon Fresh in America. Anyway, they're trying to get a monopoly on the market, and then I don't trust what's going to happen.
And this is exactly what they're doing. But the thing is, for every service that Google is providing, you have an alternative.
And
Always.
I do use
and
some
the
of
thing
those.
is, those alternatives, if you don't want to be the product, you're gonna have to pay for them. Okay, but you can have a mailer, you can have,
Proton.
data in the cloud. You can have a search engine that is not Google, and it is the same for social media.
Yes.
So
I'm not disputing that, and I know those options, and I utilize many of those options. I'm wondering, my question is there that option in the
Right now.
metaverse?
oh yes, definitely.
metaverse, yeah.
Always.
Huh?
Always. There will always be alternative. The question is, are those alternatives being massively used? That's
That's all my question.
Yes, there is alternatives. For example, now if you want to store your data, if you're building a decentralized app, there is something called IPFS. IPFS is like a cloud universal storage data, owned by no one. It's an open source. It's using Filecoin. It's open. You just put your data there. It's free to use mainly. So that's the first alternative, for example. But the problem is what they are building now are too small in size, too small in users, too small in everything. It's small data. The biggest game happening now, Gamify on Polygon, is Pegasus at the moment with 15,000 users daily. That's it, just 15,000. We're not talking about millions users. When they will scale up to millions, then those IPFS stuff will not handle the pressure. They will become super expensive maybe. And then everyone will turn down to the normal and traditional data storage, which are the data centers owned by clouds by Google, clouds by Amazon. Amazon owns a lot of clouds at the moment. And I'm more scared about Amazon than Google. Because Google, at the end, they still have a kind of decentralized insight the way they're thinking and how the company is set up. Amazon is like straight one guy vision, and they own more clouds at the moment, maybe. Like they compete with Google on clouds. So when the blockchain and gaming and metaverse will scale up, this is where the problem is going to happen. But at the moment, there is alternatives. You can be fully off-chain, fully on the blockchain, and censorship proof your project or whatever. But as soon as you have a lot of users and you get to more than 100,000 users, 200,000 users, then this moment you will need to store your data somewhere. And this is where you will end up with Google or Amazon.
Thank you.
So, and that's perfectly answered my question. My question, and I can say this with the utmost confidence. I am the least computer savvy person in this room by a long shot. So I was just merely asking, are there options just on a very, very layman level?
Yes.
And there are options, but when it gets to the big picture, it seems not quite so many. Like sooner or later, at this moment, no. Okay, that answers. Because in an ideal world, we'd be trying to maybe somehow get like the transparent, user-friendly, user-owned and controlled blockchain to be the source as well as the source of as well as the storage for the information, right? But I have no idea how that's going to happen. I was just wondering if anybody did.
Amazing. It's like that's the thing. Like again, no matter what you choose, it comes always with the game rules and the benefits that you can get, right? So if you come, like let's say you choose Google, and in the free cloud Google, you will get 15 gigabyte because they can handle it. If you use another cloud storage, there's not having so much money and capacity to build that, you will only have a 1 gigabyte, but you have other things. So that's why when they're competing, where they're competing each other with their own services, I would say, right? So again, it's up to us as well what kind of thing you want to build within this transition and within this technology. That's why when I'm coming right now, so where I'm coming right now is like about mainly like what is the solution? So we have this technology, like most of the time still now crypto is based on not a really valuable thing, trust only, and also like pump and dump. their own network. They raise their money within them, and then they release it in public, and then it's raised, and then they just take it again, right? So now, what is the solution? One of the things that we use blockchain, is for a strategy of defense of the ownership. Like, as you know, maybe about NFTs, most of the people know here, like, if you own NFTs, then you are verifiably being proved in a blockchain that you are the owner, right? If you create an NFT, it's the same thing. Where the NFT is going is always trackable in the blockchain. Now, one of our projects is basically we are creating, an NFT based on the productivity of the farm, like mainly NFT you see, or the first thing that you see or associate NFT most of the people is like images, pictures, like that kind of thing. But actually, arts, right? NFT is arts, but it's more than that. The technology behind is more than that, So this guy, our friend, he's NFTing basically a plot of lands, for example, rice field, and you are not buying the rice field itself, because then you're taking the ownership. It's like how now, the foreigner comes, in our country, for example, and they take the ownership. So, and then they're left with nothing, So you buy for 1 year. It's not like a unlimited ownership. You buy for 1 year, but you buy 1 hectare of rice field productivity, which is the harvest. So the harvest of the farm is like about 4 times, it's quarterly, 4 times. So you will get the profit of the farm itself. That's one, for example, No, product also. Yeah, you can. So yeah, you ship to your house if you want. You buy a melon plantation. I can show you the picture. So our friend is just like he was harvesting in the 6th of October, with the Minister of Agriculture. He was there. The first NFT Metaverse plantation or rice field, So the people, actually his buyer is 80% mainly from outside of Indonesia, because they can, buy 2,500, 1 hectare's productivity. So the people from outside give the farmers the money, and there is no interest, because the money comes directly to farmer, and then they can plant their seeds basically. 30% of the profit will come to the farmer, 70% to the investors. So it gives possibility for them to invest on something that they cannot really reach. Like your friends in London. I want to put somewhere. I want to make it work. So give them that, have a rice field, put it in the group, and then you see how his rice field, like his potentially rice growing.
For that project, for example, you need a manager that somehow gets the money from the NFT to the farmers, that they need cash to go in the truck to get the thing.
That's why.
And then they need to quantify how many kilos of rice sold to put that money somewhere where the NFT person can get it, right?
Perfect, yes. That's why the owner itself is basically, he was a farmer, and he is the Secretary of General of APEDI, the Farmer Association of Indonesia. So he knows, he was in the grassroots, he visited all the villages, and he has this association where they build for the farmers all the infrastructure. The farmers do the farm. They are cropping and all stuff. All the infrastructure is built by them. That's why it's amazing, like everybody can copy this actually, right? But who is really viable doing that? Because now he is partnering with the Ministry of Agriculture, right? So Indonesia give him, government give him more hectares of land, because they see like how fast the money can come in and how fast the farmers can basically.
But how is it transparent? Like if I invest today in a hectare of rice, how do I know that I'm actually gonna get the 70% or whatever I'm promised?
In their website, but also I can contact you directly to the founder, because he's part of the team. So if you want a transparency, numbers, all the stuff, we can we can sit down with him. I can basically provide you all the data.
But this is again we're coming back to humans sitting and stuff. But as a project, as a future,
exactly,
would that be a website where
there
that's
is a
all
website
transparent?
already? Yeah, it's in website in Web3 already. So the Web3 website where you can see the transparency and all the stuff, you know. But they're only starting this year actually, but it's already crazy good, and it's mainly it's like a project, a crypto project, a project that is backed by real value. You know, what is it like? What is an NFT backed? A real value, a farm, a harvest of the farm. So do you need more things? No, right? So now we have another project that is connected with that, which is FarmSend. FarmSend is basically a blockchain for supply chain, like food supply chain. So instead of, let's say, selling it here directly in Indonesia, for example, they can sell it and send it to Middle East through the blockchain. So they can record it, everything in a blockchain, where they send it 5 times more. So 150% comes to farmer's pocket and 350% to the investors. It gets more money, you know. So the table from the farmers gets bigger, and the children want to be a farmer because now, you know, the farmers are not sending them to Jakarta anymore to have some money. They can like work there now because they have more money there, you know. So they need also more people. You know, we went there like just a couple of days ago. I went with one of our friends to mango farm, and they have 6,000 tons of mango every harvest. 6,000 tons. You know, like 18 million of mangoes. Imagine. And we will do. We go to farm if you want. Okay, you're in our VIP group, anyways, right? So, and we will do a durian festival in the north and all stuff. So, but the thing is, they are only knowing how to sell their product as a mango. They don't know about drying mango. You know how much dry mango costs in London, in US, right? They don't know about, you know, frozen mango. They don't know about puree, you know. They don't know about all these things. They only know about selling the mango, you know, which is like in 2 weeks, they will be gone. They will be spoiled. That's the thing that we are finding a solution for them. Okay, how can we help you create more revenue streams? You know, now how can we raise the money? Because the capital they don't have. There's a main problem actually for them. That's why they're not doing it, and they don't have the knowledge. That's where we come in. You know, you interested on it? Okay, come on board. Let's see. Go. You went there. One of the problems is infection. You know, there is a lot of insect there, so they are killing actually the flowers. The flowers comes out, worms eating. That's why they have to spray the insecticide. So this guy, our friend, is genius. He's like, okay, you can create actually an insecticide from coconut. Organic. They don't know about it also, but we teach them. You know, that's why like education also the part of it. FarmSend. Now here, real earth elements. We are tokenizing mining. You heard about our projects already, but most of the people that are here with us, they heard it. With tokenizing mining, you know, where it's actually being backed also by real value. You know, it's also being used for the next future, the next generation, the next technology. So that's the thing that we really care about. You know, like we don't want just people jumping into Metaverse, jumping into crypto, and blockchain, all stuff, and don't understand. We want to raise the awareness for you, for invitation, just also to understand our own blockchain, to be able to interact with this blockchain, with this technology, with everything that's happening. And also, especially, like how can we feed more children? How can we feed the farmers? You know, how can we give them more in their pocket so we can actually eat, you know, like literally Sabdo told me, like this guy with the Association of Farmers, he said like 90%, okay, 90% of farmers are above 60, 40, 60. Imagine in 20 years, there will be no food anymore because nobody wanna be a farmer. Now they're creating a metaverse. Now this guy is creating a metaverse farm simulation an RPG, where you basically plant a seed, you buy the crops, you buy the compost and all stuff, but you buy the real things. And if they see, and that's the thing, and the technology, you might be asking like, what is the technology? And so that's the thing that we are partnering with Telkomsel, with a big telecommunication company. We are partnering with Silicon Valley, where they have XR technology, where they have, then they can scan it, so how much it's used and how much things like, and then you play in the game. So basically your niece, the children generation, the generation below us, they play the game for you and they make money and you make money also, So you just give them the money because they don't have enough money and let them invest, like, hey, invest this, play for me. And he got the money and he learned how to farm. No, it's again, education is, approved, they are being educated again how to farm. And they can see how it's being planted again also, and the farmer will plant for them. If they see, okay, this is 1 hectare, and it will be only 1 hectare. In the Metaverse, will be only 1 hectare. It's like how you see here, only this space. That's how they see also later on. That's what we build right now.
How's the interaction with it? Like my niece is playing the game, is planting something, but the farmer is getting money from that to plant for real?
Because they buy also, right? So they buy, for example, the token and the money is there, So they buy in the Metaverse, they have that in-game currency. It calls like in-game token, the token that they're using in the Metaverse. But how to use it? Then you have to top up, You have to change your money. Like say, then you have to interact with the exchange, which is the blockchain, right? And then you buy the token that you will need in this exchange, in this Metaverse, It's like you exchange.
But to buy your virtual compost for your virtual
to buy virtual
crop
compost,
to grow.
and they will see, there will be interface in the farmer side and say, okay, finally someone buy us a seed, and then they're working, And it's literally the time where they are seeing, and the real time where they're growing.
The farmer, let's say the farmer gets 20 tokens from 20 nieces of mine, right? The farmer is going to use that money to do things properly. The kids might get bored and go to play another game, so their virtual, carrots would not grow because they didn't do it properly, but the farmer will obviously do it properly. It's not going to do what the kids are doing.
Yeah, that's why we are educating them, like, for example, okay, if you use this compost, we have options, right, in games. We have options. Use the compost, and it will only grow 2 kilo harvest, It will give you 2 kilo. Well, you can use this high quality, but you need to earn this token first. Okay, how to earn that? You go to another place, you kill a monster, for example, and it creates something. You create experience. The monster is, for example, an insect that you need to kill. Okay? And you create a token, and in this token, you spend it, And then they will see, look, it will take 2 weeks until it gets this big. In 2 weeks, you need to shower. Otherwise, it will not happening anymore. But we will take care as well. It's also automatic. That's the thing. Because we are creating our own game, we can do whatever we want. We have the control, right? That's what I mean with the game and all stuff. Like, how can we manage this thing? Takes over.
To create the game, you need the old farmers with the experience that tell you like which insects and how to kill them. So then your programmer can invent the game.
The thing is, the farmer doesn't know how to use even a smartphone, So then let the farmer just farm for now, And then
they have to give you the knowledge so that you can create the game.
Of course, the knowledge is in APD. That's why this association are there to give the knowledge, because they were also farmer and they are associated with all the farmers in there. But not every farmers can really educate, Like if you ask your grandma, it's like, "Hi, grandma, how did you cook this?" Just like that, like she cannot even give you the recipe, right? Like, how many you put inside? Just that much. Then you will ask the farmer, and then they will also know. They won't know how to. But then we have exactly again the platform. We're creating at the same time all the platforms that it's really needed. Education, then the tokenomics, then the blockchain, then the technological part, then someone that will transport. So everybody gets a job, everybody gets a place.
But then we are one generation away we still need like this new generation that are coming up, and the old time farmers are doing the real time planting. We're one generation away from having nobody in the field, so we've got to get these kids that are learning the skills of farming through these. It seems that we're just translating in a very excellent and very useful way
Yes.
skills of traditional farming, which are still going to be needed, into a new language format which the younger generation of today can understand and enjoy and appreciate. But at some stage, somebody's got to be in the field rather, planting this stuff.
100%.
So
you know how
we've
you
got to
attract
entice
them?
them out there. So.
You know how you attract them? Give them money. Give them everything that they want, and they will learn where to get that from.
Okay, so I'm not incorrect. I'm just thinking, all right.
Exactly.
As farming
Because then-
is becoming more automated,
Exactly.
absolutely. However, I think the VR world farming, the NFT farming, is going at a faster pace than the actual
100%.
agricultural machinery is going.
100%. That's why, that's one of the things that we use, for example, tokenization, like to raise the money for them, to be able to work and to let's say, like they are using their techniques, for example, that has been ages, ancestral techniques, it needs 6 months to be able to grow the plants sustainably and only create 1 ton in 1 hectare, let's say. And if we enhance, again, we are not takes over, we enhance what is the thing that improve in sustainable way, Okay, if you use this technology, you will have 10 tons instead of only 1. It's like, great, great. That's why we were in the mango farm and take a look, okay, what are the problems? And we come back and then we'll sit down. What are the things that they need first thing, Now they're already asking us, like, look, there's so much mango right now, what do we do? Otherwise we sell it again to Jakarta and all stuff, So when I help them to make puree, make frozen food and all stuff, but we need also money, right? But don't worry, money will come again. And then people, rich people like you from the West, that is, you are wealthy. We are all wealthy. But I mean, people that, for us, for Indonesian people, you are way richer than us, right? So like $100,000 is for us like so much money already.
It is for me, believe me.
Of course, I know. But the thing is like the point that I want to say is just simply, how can we leverage all this power that we have? You are good at this, you are good at that. Okay, then bring it together. You have this vision. Okay, you have same vision, let's go.
The best thing I've heard so far, it's all wonderful, but I really, really love the idea of the transparent blockchain, not owned by my old friends Google.
Yes.
I love that that's going to help the families in the fields sell their, well, I know Sim's big on, hey Sim, clothes in Dubai, for example.
Exactly.
So that's where I
That's
see
what I'm saying.
the real value of this.
Exactly.
It's going to help the traditional families who don't know about the metaverse. It's going to increase. They might not know how it works. I might not know how it works, but we know that it does work. That's very exciting for me.
Yeah.
I see that.
That's very exciting for us as well.
And in some ways, then, we're actually going to be using, or in the ways you're suggesting, to encourage these kids to learn traditional values and get back outside again too.
That's one of the reasons.
Kind of the circle is coming around.
Exactly, because we want them to make attractive first, like the way education, like they love to play games, then let them play games first, and then suddenly they earn money. Like, where does it come from? And they ask, and it's like,
but if the games are always about making more money and making more productivity, are you gonna somehow make sure that it doesn't turn into the conventional agriculture with fertilizers and GMO seeds and all this stuff? That are you gonna keep it organic and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we're changing the whole game. We're changing the whole game. Like this guy, when we went to mango farm, they're still using like chemical insecticide, but they don't know other thing. You know what they're saying? It's like, no, guys. And I talked to him like they're using chemical signal. Literally the plastic bag. I have all the picture. The plastic have the chemical things where they see, and you can smell it. But we see also in the ground on the field how fucked up actually the mango tree is. And he said, look, this is the flower, right? This flower is supposed to have 100 of mangoes, like this branch. But because of this guy here, and he showed me the worm and the insect and stuff, we are fucked. That's why we need to give them nutritious things and chemical stuff. Otherwise, we cannot have a harvest. Otherwise, we cannot eat anymore. So that's why
the people that should know how to do it organically, like it was in the old times, that should be the farmers. So you still need to have some good farmers that tell you how to do it.
That's why what we are doing is like this guy knows how to do everything organically, no chemical at all. So he's even create Indo Eden, you know, or Alam Pharma, you know, like a nature pharmacy basically, and he's using everything nature, and he's telling him like how to do it and stuff. Again, some other farmers, they don't really care, you know, but the other farmer that like care and that has power, that's why we are connected with the people in the network and then that has power, you know, that really cares about this association, for example, and also the kingdom family and all stuff. So they are here. But the thing is, in Indonesia, it's different culture, you know. You just only need one guy. That's what he did like 5 years back in Sumatra, in Aceh. He made one guy, only one guy, rich. Everybody followed him. Everybody followed him, follow his system. And now they're all doing that. It takes time, but if you have that knowledge, come with us. That's the thing, right? That's why we have all the superheroes in their hands, you know, one in grassroots, one in the government level, one in Dubai, Oman, one in the IT and all stuff, one in the front, and it's like one hanging out in the forest in the weekend. That's a good thing, right? So we're not only building in the metaverse here, we're building here the metaverse, here our metaverse, we're enhancing our metaverse inside of us, our blockchain, and then creating another metaverse, a real metaverse, like farming. We are creating farming. I believe you guys here come and then we will take you there anyways. So that's it. That's the metaverse. So it is exciting. For many people, it's terrified or afraid because they don't know. Because they don't, like, it's an unknown thing. It's like, I think Nirmoha, hello Nirmoha, in the chat she said like, there is some weird thing from the metaverse. It's like, because I think like I'm preparing the metaverse right now. Hang on, like there's some weird thing for the metaverse, right? It's sometimes strange, you know, like there's like if you don't know the things, it's strange. That's the thing. If you don't know the thing, it's strange. It can be fear, it can be afraid, but I'm so excited. I mean, I don't know if you can feel it because I know what it comes. I know how can we change people's life, improves people's life, feeds more family, and all the stuff. So for now, that's it. If you want to try the meditation app, I will give it a try. Thank you so much, and feel free to write me. Bye bye.